Hi, this is Dr. Doug Willen, and this video is about 9 ways to manage your thyroid naturally. So let's hop right in. Now, a lot of people are worried that they have low thyroid, or they already know they have low thyroid, they've been diagnosed. The disease encapsulating that is called hypothyroidism. But there are millions of people that have undiagnosable low thyroid because their thyroid is not in crisis enough to start showing up on their blood work. But they already know that they have a lot of the symptoms. And in a previous video, I did a review of, I think, 17 different symptoms to look at, signs and symptoms. That's one is worth looking at. And I'll leave that one in the link in the description below so you could find it to make it easy. But this one is more about natural ways to manage. So let's hop in. Little review about the thyroid. So maybe you just need a little bit of some Cliff Note version of this. So the thyroid gland, and you can see it in the picture here, is a gland that makes and stores hormones. And the thyroid would be right about here that regulate the heart rate, blood pressure, body temperature, and the rate of which food is converted into energy. So we all know that, or a lot of us know that thyroid is associated with metabolism, and that's true. But a lot of people don't know that it has a lot to do with that heart rate, blood pressure, and body temperature. So this is important because there are people that feel cold all the time, but again, they're not showing hypothyroidism or low thyroid in their blood work, but they know that they're cold all the time. They know they have a sluggish metabolism. They know that the type of person that when they go on a diet, let's say with the best friend loses weight so much faster than they do, and they're putting in just as much effort. They reduce their calories down below 1,200 calories a day. They're working out, doing cardio like a maniac, and they're the ones not getting the results. It's not fair. That might be a low thyroid. So hang in there. Let's take a look at this, and I think you might get some great ideas. So the first suggestion or tip is to try to go gluten-free. I wrote a book a couple of years back on the Paleolithic diet. That is one type of gluten-free diet, but there's others. The keto diet is amazing. I love all Dr. Berg, who is huge on YouTube. He has amazing information on the keto diet. So the keto diet is definitely a hardcore gluten-free diet, but you can also learn about eating gluten-free many different ways. But gluten has, well here, let's go to the next slide. Now, if someone has the disease associated with gluten, that's called celiac disease. And celiac disease affects only about 1% of the population. Now, you might see that number different. You might see 2% or 3%, but we're talking about a small percentage. But many people have gluten sensitivity, so they don't have the celiac disease, which is potentially life-threatening, but they have a really tough time assimilating, digesting, and breaking down gluten, which is the protein in the grains. So anybody that would have gluten sensitivity would have health issues, not as extreme as celiac, but they might have problems with digestion, low energy, sleep, libido. It would affect almost every system of the body. So gluten sensitivity people are significantly more likely to develop thyroid issues, possibly because the gluten damages your gut lining, interfering with your hormones and causing inflammation that reaches your thyroid. Gluten is also processed with bromide, which displaces the iodine. So because gluten is processed with bromide, which is a very similar molecule to the iodine, it often competes for the receptor sites and gets there first. And if it does, your body can't make adequate and effective thyroid hormone. And it becomes an inhibitor for your body to produce a healthy thyroid at the highest potential. So go gluten-free. I always, in my book that I wrote on the Paleolithic diet called Quantum Paleo, which is available on Kindle, Amazon, Quantum Paleo, I think it's in the link below too, that I just said as a challenge, try it for 21 days and see how you feel. Every diet is not for every person, so whatever diet you dial into is fine with me. You don't have to do my diet. It's just a diet that I put patients on for 20 years that really works. And I was putting patients on it before we even had that term paleo. We just called it a hunter and gatherer diet, or where you're avoiding bread, pasta, bagels, muffins, croissants, and cereal. You're eating proteins, you're eating vegetables, you're eating healthy fats, nuts and seeds, and being very careful to stay away from refined carbohydrates. So that's a diet that I put people on for decades before I ever wrote a book. And then I was looking for a kind of a trendy title, and we happened to be going through this big paleo thing at the time. So that's how I came up with the title. The keto diet is amazing. I was doing that this year and pretty much do it quite a bit all the time. And I feel a big difference because all of these type of diets that stay away from refined carbohydrates are going to reduce inflammation in the body. And when you do, your body works better. Inflammation is a component in almost every disease. So anytime that you could reduce inflammation in the body, you're doing the body a big benefit. Let's go on to number 2. Limit your sugar intake. Again, sugar is it's almost like a drug. I mean, we all love sugar, but it affects the body. It causes inflammation. It breaks down your immune system. It keeps your body from performing at the optimal level. One of your thyroid gland's main job is to regulate your carbohydrate metabolism. Think about that. The little gland here helps regulate the way your body breaks down carbohydrates and sugars. So if you aren't making enough thyroid hormone, your body struggles to balance your blood sugar, which can lead to fatigue, weight gain, and any metabolic issue. Number 3, eat iodine-rich foods. What does that mean? Well, here's a couple examples. Good sources of iodine-rich foods are seaweed, nori, shrimp, oysters, yogurt, and cheese. You can also do a Google search and learn a little bit more, but I'm giving you an overview on a few different ideas here. Iodine is an essential mineral for thyroid hormone production, and a lot of us don't get enough of it. Number 4, take a good probiotic. Your gut bacteria plays a central role in regulating your thyroid hormones. Your gut is one of the biggest reservoirs of thyroid hormone, and good gut bacteria converts to T3. A good gut bacteria will help convert T3. And you have T3 and T4, different type of thyroid hormone molecules, and they are aided and assisted by having good gut bacteria. So if you're suspicious that you have any thyroid issues, or you feel like you're on that track, or your mother has thyroid issues and your aunt, and you know that that is your possible genetic and family history destiny, then get on a good probiotic. Take one every day. I just dropped it. I make a probiotic, make a lot of different supplements. I like my probiotic, but there are a lot of good brands out there. And I'm not ashamed to tell you that the one I made is excellent, because after practicing with people in clinic for 20 years and using many different product lines, many different probiotic lines, and I like a lot of them, I also decided to make one that was specific to what I was always looking for when I made a probiotic recommendation to a patient. So I finally made my own formula. Managing stress. Stress is a component in every aspect of not feeling well. You can name any disease to me, put anything, whether it's a genetic, whether it's a metabolic disease, whether it's any disease, and you're going to have stress be something that is either going to make it worse, or if you can manage your stress, you'll get an improvement. So don't ever overlook the potential or the detriment of stress. Stress, especially chronic stress, is often a trigger for thyroid dysfunction. Stress can also cause flare-ups and symptoms if you already have a diagnosed hypothyroidism. So you know that you have hypothyroidism. Learn to manage your stress better. Do some kind of self-care every day. Learn to meditate, aromatherapy, massage, take an Epsom salt bath with essential oils, go for a walk in nature, read a good book, anything that brings you joy, makes you feel a little more grounded, is a great way to manage that stress. Now, I bumped this all out. I could have wrapped self-care into everything else I'm talking about, but I feel it's such an important topic, I gave it its own number 6. And what I mean by self-care is spend a little money on yourself. Go to an acupuncturist, get chiropractic, get massage, lie in a float tank, get on a healthy exercise regimen, whether you're taking a class. Now, a lot of people are doing stuff online. There's free stuff online on YouTube. I'm doing stuff online. I try all sorts of stuff on YouTube. I try Qigong and Tai Chi, and I take exercise classes and yoga classes. And then if I find one I really like, I don't mind paying for it. But always look for ways to have self-care. Lately, I've been riding a bicycle a lot. I've been going out for at least an hour a day at a leisurely pace. Sometimes I push myself, but mostly it's just to get that blood flowing and get that exercise going, which manages stress. Having sex, dancing are ways that we can feel better and increase our biorhythms, feel better, reduce stress. And don't underestimate how much of an impact that would have on your overall health and well-being, whether it's thyroid related or any situation going on with your health. So tip number 7, eat foods high in selenium, zinc, and B vitamins. Why? Well, to improve symptoms of thyroid disease or low thyroid or symptomatic thyroid, make sure you're getting enough selenium, zinc, and B vitamins in your diet. These nutrients are needed for proper thyroid function and will help to balance your thyroid hormone levels. Thyroid is the organ with the largest content of selenium. I don't know if you know that, but the thyroid craves selenium. So make sure you're not low in selenium. Get a mineral. Go to your health food store. That's not a product that I make, but look for selenium on the label and make sure you're getting that. The mineral needed for conversion of hormones, T4 and T3, some of the best foods, you need that selenium, zinc, and B vitamin. Selenium foods that can be added to your diet include Brazil nuts, sunflower seeds, pinto beans, halibut, grass-fed beef, wild-caught salmon, and organic oats. Foods that are high in zinc and B vitamins are also important for thyroid health. This includes lamb, grass-fed beef, cashews, spinach, chicken, eggs, mushrooms, chickpeas, and asparagus. Here's another idea. Try ashwagandha. Now, ashwagandha is an herb, an adaptogen herb, and in traditional medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, it's very popular. It's often used for thyroid dysfunction. Let me restate that because I just got tongue-tied. Ayurvedic medicine, ashwagandha is one of their chief herbs, and balancing adaptogen herbs, which helps your body adapt and regulate to stress levels, and bring levels that are high to the middle and to the low to the middle. And that's what we mean when we say adaptogen, and ashwagandha is amazing for that. So I put that in the thyroid product that I make because I think it should be in every natural thyroid supplement. It'll only make it better. When patients took 600 milligrams of ashwagandha extract daily for 8 weeks, their T4 levels improved significantly compared to the placebo group. So not just a slight little bump, they saw a significant change when our ashwagandha was added to that formula. Reduce toxic exposure. So that is tip number 9. What does that mean? Well, exposure to chemical toxins can cause inflammatory reactions that hinder proper thyroid function. Certain medications, hormonal birth control pills, and commercial beauty or cleaning products should be avoided when possible. I personally try to use all green type of products for cleaning and stuff that I put on or in my body, and that's something you should look at. I know it's expensive, but the more that you could do that by adding or removing toxic products from your home will not only help you and your family and your children, but it'll improve your health in so many different ways. Some people get to the point where they go to a holistic dentist and get their amalgams removed because there is chemicals, heavy metals in those amalgams, mercury perhaps, and other chemicals that when removed, people feel that their health changes. And I'm not saying that that's what you should do, but it's something you should research and consider, because I've had patients that have made that shift and seen such a leap in their overall health. People with autoimmune diseases and chronic pain and chronic inflammatory pain situations like lupus, MS, Sjogren's. When they remove the amalgams, my patients had 20, 30, 40, 50% improvement on 10 years of symptoms. Now, it didn't cure them, but it raised their level so much that their quality of life was a game changer. So that's it. I do make a thyroid product. If you ever get a chance to try it, let me know how it is for you. My website for nutritional products is littletreenutritionals.com. There are some of my social media contacts. Please subscribe if you like this channel. Let me know in the comments some of the tips and things that have helped you. Or if you have questions or concerns, also let me know. Maybe I'll make a video on it down the line. Thank you.